my God, Daphne, what is that?
Scratch.
And just be stock still. I can't take my hand off the handle of the door into the... I'm just... don't...
So, at that moment, the door opens. And a creature is stood in the doorway. The Apocalypse players present The Lightless Beacon, When the Lights Went Out. A Call of Cthulhu 7th edition scenario by Leigh Carr with Lynne Hardy. Starring Dan Wheeler as Agent Carmelo of the Bureau of Investigation and Joseph Chance as Cal Castaigne. With special guest Jessica Temple as Daphne Bagg. Anything else vaguely human that you hear is your keeper of arcane lore, Dominic Allen. Act 3. Hell is empty, and all the devils are here. It sort of moves sort of weirdly frog-like, but in a very muscular way. It stood in the doorway, it has these huge bulbous eyes, these incredibly long sharp teeth and these gills and sort of fins, this muscular man-sized fish thing. And it steps into the room sort of making this hissing, gurgling noise, its nostrils flaring at the smell of you, presumably. At which point there is the sound of this sort of loud sort of sizzle and bang. And all the lights go out.
No. Sorry.
Can you both give me sanity rolls?
I see that as well. I thought only she could...
Yeah.
She was...
I think you probably, if something comes into the... It's a small kitchen.
Okay, I see it as well. That's great.
I rolled a 65 and my sanity's 55.
Oh dear. How did Cal do?
I rolled a 95. Which is luckily not a 96, so that's fine. But my sanity isn't that low either. So yeah, 90. So we've both failed our sanity, which I think is appropriate.
Look, I mean, it was going to happen. It had to happen.
Yes, I think it's appropriate as players and characters. I think that's appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, I've completely lost it. So
you were in a tense place, and I can see there's something going on with you, and I just don't understand what it is. But I can see there's something invested in this place. I am having the worst fucking inspiration for my next exhibition possible. Oh. I've been thinking to myself, I really must keep my mind open to inspiration from wherever it might come. And now I realize maybe portraiture might be my new calling if I survive. Yeah, so 95. How much do we lose?
You lose.
Oh shit, the bed.
You both lose 5 points of...
Ouch!
That's about, isn't it?
Potentially. 5 in one go is a risk.
5 is about madness, though, right?
Not necessarily. So, you knock your 5 off your sanity, and then both of you need to do an intelligence roll.
Oh, sons of... Yes, of course.
Yeah.
To see if you've understood the gravity of what you're dealing with.
Yes. Yes, I'm a 55 and I rolled a 23, so I'm under half. Wait.
I have rolled a 98.
Congratulations, Joseph.
Those dice finally...
I failed. This is the worst dice. But that's a good thing, Jess, because I don't understand. I can't compute it. Whereas, unfortunately...
See, whereas I'm just like... putting the dots together.
It's a fish man.
Yeah.
You comprehend everything.
I will never forget this.
So, unfortunately, Daphne has a bout of madness. So if you'd like to tick the temporary insanity box on your sheet, you've gone temporarily insane.
I would love to.
Oh, about a madness. It couldn't have happened to a nicer person.
So what does that mean now I'm temporarily insane?
So you are plunged into darkness and you suddenly realise that this whole thing's been a stitch-up. It's a trap. Everyone knows about your past. These guys who came over on the boat, they brought you here on purpose because they knew about you. They're obviously like rivals, or they're the police, or they're going to try and turn you over to the police, or they're going to try and get you killed. This thing has just turned up, which is obviously their way of trying to catch you out. You can't trust any of these people. They've tricked you.
Oh.
They know about what you've done. They know everything. They came for what's his face, and they lured you here to get you as well.
But I am reformed. I'm a reformed lady. I've repented from my wicked ways, and I've come here to bring Cassidy to salvation. I'm good. I'm a good woman.
It must have been Cassidy that sold you out.
The bastard. No, I don't.
So for the next 7 rounds, you're crippled.
7 rounds. That's the whole of the time.
Wow.
For the next 7 rounds, you're crippled with paranoia, intense paranoia.
Shaking in a corner, fetal position.
Whatever you want to do, as long as it's acting on your paranoia. So let's go into Dex.
It doesn't mean that the fish person isn't there for you. It just means that it was all a setup, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm standing there at the door going,
like this.
as if I finally caught you at last. I've seen through all of your bullshit.
Yeah, and I'm 2 floors up, plotting against you as well.
When in actuality, I'm looking at you going, are you all right? I'm pouring everything into my facial expression to say, are you all right? Even though I'm horrified by whatever is standing in the doorway.
Thank you.
And yet in reality, you just look blank at me. Sweat pouring across your brow.
Just beads.
Yeah, beads.
Beads of sweat.
Sweating bullets.
Quite the intense bit of business, isn't it? Right. Whatever has just walked through the door gets to go first. Unfortunately.
Fucking hell.
Let's see what it.
These frog fish monsters are fast.
Yeah, it looked kind of anglerfish face.
Baby fish.
Frog-like legs, webbed feet, a long, thick finned tail.
Like a very large albatross's foot. It all seems so obvious to me.
Exactly.
Now. I've got lightning flashing behind it as it comes in. And you
Framed beautifully.
You see that horrific framing. Yeah, awesome. It's you, Daphne. You're going to go first, so I'm just going to say that. You're going to go before me. So whatever you do, will change the game.
Just remember how paranoid.
And she's paranoid.
Yeah.
Wait, so what is
The way the dexterity works, that means you'll move before I will. It's going to move first.
Going first.
And then if you survive whatever it does, you'll go before me, and then I will go last in this situation. But obviously, simultaneously, we'll go up to Carmelo, and he'll have an action in relation to you. So,
but
that sort of affects you and me,
right?
Physically.
What I will tell you is, you can't see fuck all.
Oh.
The light, all the power seems to have gone. So.
And you'd gone into the kitchen, right?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there.
So you're just a bit in front of me.
Yeah.
That's as I have it in my mind.
In between, probably in between you and Fishman.
And it.
And it.
But only just, I'd say.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh dear.
Joseph. Cal. You can roll me a dodge with a
penalty?
With a penalty die.
Area effect, spit weapon. Penalty die. That would be the die that I've been rolling all the time. That fucker has betrayed me every fucking time. Okay.
How many hit points you got? 1 a minute? Do I need to get rid of?
Yeah, probably, at least. So I can spend luck, right?
Yes.
So the good thing about this, in terms of luck, and I'm going to spend the luck, is I'm close. So I'm going to...
Have you rolled both? Have you rolled your penalty die?
And they're both 30. So I've rolled a 34 on a 25.
Great.
So I'm going to spend the 9, and I'm going to pass.
Fantastic.
Take me down to 46 luck. You can only spend luck, Jess, on combat stuff. You can't push.
Okay.
And in this situation, because you're defending, and on a dodge, you win. So you hear something. Are you still on the floor?
I think I was sort of... you'd helped me up, right?
Right.
Daphne Bag had helped me up, and so I had one knee still, I think, and I was one knee up, and I was being pulled up, and I was pulling myself up by the door, and...
You hear something whiz past your ear, like a dart. Oh. And it clatters to the floor on the other side of the room.
They fire missiles now? They fire missiles now. Okay.
Agent Caramello, you're upstairs oblivious to this chaos downstairs.
Well,
but you do notice that churning noise, that vroom, 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 that was going on, suddenly stops. You hear the fizzle. Perhaps you even see a little flash of electricity outside in one of the huts. You realise the generator must have the rain must have got to it or something, and it's shorted.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, in any case, I haven't found anyone living up here, so my instinct anyway was to head straight back down the stairs as fast as I can to join the two humans.
Yeah. Give me a spot hidden roll.
Fuck it. That's a shame.
Oh, dear.
Do I want to pass this spot hidden?
It's always 50-50,
Maybe.
isn't it? Usually you do.
I'm going to push it. My spot hidden's good.
How are you going to do that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm going to push it by looking really hard.
Box of matches, lighter.
Well, it doesn't say that I obviously have any of those things on my sheet.
I'll tell you what you could do to push it. You could lean out of the broken window.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I love it. Yeah, of course, because you're looking out to see what happened to the generator.
So I was about to head down the steps, and then I just thought, what was that flash out the window?
Whoa!
What was that flash out the window? So I go back before I head down the steps, and I just lean out the window. Yes. Yeah, that's a hard success.
Thank God. Whoa. Yeah, so you see, it was the generator going. You can see the generator room now. You also notice to the north, well, to the south. No, to the north. Fucking hell.
Been turned around.
To the north, you see a figure running up the path, out of the trees. This sort of lolloping, gangly animal figure. It stops about halfway and goes down on its all fours, on its haunches, and sort of lifts its weird fish-like head to the sky and lets out this and then carries on towards the front of the house.
Was that from the,
Glancing in
the
the
south?
That was coming from the north.
From the north, which is where we landed.
Correct. When you glance to the south, you see there is another pier on the south of the island, and there appears to be 2 rowing boats there.
Get out! Let's get out!
Start running down the stairs, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. What's Daphne Bag do?
So she's in the dark, having a real bad time. And has she heard this thing go past her as well, this dart thing?
Yeah, it's probably hit the wall next to
I
you.
feel like now this is completely insane.
But I've just ducked as if I know exactly what's coming.
Yeah, but I think, right, she's
Laughing
gone
at it.
temporarily insane. I think she thinks that George Cassidy, her friend, is actually in the fish as it's a suit, it's a costume. So she runs,
Clever.
she tries to find it and like pull off the mask. That's what I've envisioned for her. And it could mean that I very much die. But that kind of, she She runs. She can't see, so she needs to feel towards this thing and like
Pull at its flaps.
lift.
Fucking hell.
It's neck flaps. It's neck
The
flaps.
ghillie flaps. And she's going to go, George, come out, wherever you are. Like that. Completely. I know it says temporary, but I think she's gone.
No, but you're in the zone.
That's it.
Okay, so
choice.
yeah, so you
Thank you.
so you do that. I tell you what, give me. What would it be? I think it's give me a spot hidden roll to see if you can find him in the dark.
Do I find you? Yeah, I do find him. It's a 50 and I rolled a 19. So yeah,
Ooh, nice.
I definitely.
You get your hands
Onto the
there and you're pulling at his flaps and it's just not coming off.
just covered in slime.
What does Cal do? As as Daphne's pushing past you in the dark to get to this.
Seeing her attack the creature so bravely, I do think that's incredibly brave.
Did you hold your nipples again? Is it a moment?
Yeah, I'm covering my nipples. I cover my nipples instinctively. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful reincorporation. And I think oh God above. So I know that the agent is upstairs in this terrible creature. How big is this thing? Is it like 8 foot?
Is this human size?
It's about, it's like 5'8", 5'10".
I think I try to join in the attack.
My white knight.
And I think if I draw the easel, the collapsible easel, does that count as my turn, or can I take it out and try and stab it at the same time?
I think you're in close quarters. You can try and hit it with the easel.
Yeah. I'll try and hit it sort of squarely across the eyes with the easel, because clearly she's trying to pull it down in some kind of wrestling move.
Well, I'm on my tiptoes because I'm only 5'3". So there might be a jump
swing down from above,
a jump and grab
to try and aid that
Hanging
horror
off his gills.
with my massive 30 brawl that I'm about to use. But that is a pass on a 27, and very unlikely.
Fantastic.
Oh dear.
As you try and do that, it is going to lash out at you.
Yeah, and I may well die as a result.
for my honour.
He didn't see what Carmelo saw.
This is true.
No, it swipes wildly, but it's got this woman right in its face. It can't really get to you. So yeah, give me the damage.
Well, there is no. I don't think there's a damage bonus. Oh, there is. Yeah, because I'm big, right? I'm tall.
Yeah.
And not so useless.
What are you getting for your... I think you should get a bit more than your regular brawl if you're wielding a collapsible easel.
You're cool, Dom. Collapsible easel.
What's normal damage?
1d3 plus damage bonus, so 1d4?
Yeah, 1d4.
So 2d4, guys. Stand back. I'm going to use both d4s. Four-sided dice. 6 damage.
Yes.
3 and a 3.
Wow. Okay. You smash it. I think probably the easel might break at this moment. So let's have a luck roll to see.
Oh crap! I'll let that die go. That was my 10s. That's fine. 59. I failed my luck.
Art obliterating life.
It smashes to pieces, but you manage to do some serious damage to this thing, and it collapses. It collapses.
Wow.
The easel. Collapsible easel.
This
both easel and monster.
They both collapse.
Sick.
It just falls down. You clearly, you break its skull somewhere, and you've broken its brain. It's dead.
Oh, Daphne! Oh my God!
Daphne, it's a trick.
Get away! You You planned all of this. You knew it was a fake. It was a stunt, like in the movies. I get away from me, you horrible man!
I don't know any of the keepers. You're the ones who know the keeper.
What? Well, I think you have a file on me somewhere, and all of you have planned this against me, and you just want to take me down like all of them did back in the day, and I want to, I don't know, something happened.
I'm going to roll psychology, although I'm pretty sure that I'm aware that she's...
What?
It's too difficult for me to work it out. 61.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable to be hysterical in this situation, but what does Daphne do?
I feel like she needs to be double sure that the fish man doesn't have George inside.
Okay. So you start...
Is that...
tearing at it?
Yeah, I reckon if there's some kind of like broken easel, she can use that as some sort of like gouge thing, or like, she's just manically like,
yeah,
just making sure that it's dead, because at this point I think she wants, I don't know, she's really filled with rage.
So Cal, you suddenly see Daphne says all this, and then she suddenly drops down, picks up a bit of broken easel, and just starts furiously stabbing the eyes out of this thing.
She's like, "You're a liar, George Cassidy. You said you loved me once." And she's just going completely mad, like almost.
I start backing away towards the hallway again.
All this black ichor's coming out. It stinks of fish. The brain spills out as she eviscerates this thing that she's calling George. And I think that's another sanity roll for Cal, to be honest.
Yeah. That's fair. That is very fair.
Dan looks horrified. I'm so sorry.
It's beautiful.
Oh God, this is close. This is close, right? Let's just double check. I've rolled a 56, and I'm at a 55. Unbelievable. That's exactly what. That's one over by literally one. Literally, I think that's fair.
You lose 2 sanity points for seeing this shocking display.
So it's still not a 5th, but I've now lost 7 in total.
What's a 5th? For you?
12.
Halfway.
So involuntary action?
Yeah, I think your involuntary action is... I think you just slam the door shut on her just as Agent Carmelo appears at the bottom of the stairs.
Yes, perfect.
You're going to leave me. You guys are going to leave me. I'm only temporarily insane.
What's that? What happens with Carmelo and Cal?
So I've reached the bottom of the stairs, have I?
Yeah. As I literally used to be going.
And he slammed the door shut. So you're in the corridor, and she's inside the room.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Carmelo, don't go in there. We got to get out of here.
Where's the broad?
I don't know. She's mad. I think she might have run out. We got to leave. There's a fish man.
Yeah, I seen a couple of them up there as well.
As you say that, front door at the end of the corridor from you, suddenly there's this.
No.
I draw my revolver and point it at the door, and I would like to use my turn to aim. And I'll just say, get the girl. No, she's not really a girl, is she? How old is she?
She's 39.
39. So it makes me in real life.
But get the old lady.
1920s guys.
Get the old lady.
Get the girl. Makes sense.
10 years older than my character. Get that old lady. She needs to get home to her grandkids.
Grab mother. Grab mother. Oh.
She reminds me of my mother.
Okay.
And I would like to roll persuade to try and,
You see me hesitate.
Yeah, exactly. That's a hard success on persuade.
Do you feel persuaded?
There's a back door in there. There's a back door in there, and I throw the door open and I charge in, and I try and grab her and go, "We got to get out of here."
The man Yeah.
Still digging.
One of the conspirators that's plotting your demise suddenly tries to grab you from behind. What do? You're holding a piece. You're holding a piece of wood with a sharp end on it, like a stake.
Yes, I'm holding the stake.
You've also got a gun as well.
Obliterated my fishy foe. I'm sort of like covered in the, I'm like got it all over my face, like the sling in the eye, and there's like a wildfire in my eyes, and I look at him and I turn to him really slowly and I say, for a brief moment, I thought I wanted to marry you. And then I just run at him with this. Am I loud?
75. She's got the drop on me.
Am I loud?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I run at him?
I'm going to fight
fighting.
back.
Well,
it's a fighting brawl.
I think you should. I've got to do that, have I? Yes, hold on. Yeah, because I would be doing the fighting, yes. Brawl. 45, rolled 27.
Oh, okay. I'm fighting back. Here we go.
Oh my god, this is happening.
Blue and blue.
I rolled a 0-8.
Ooh. Nasty stuff.
That's very unlucky for you.
How are you fighting back?
I think I take my... Because as I ran in, my hands were on my nipples. And I was grabbing her with one hand, but my right hand was still there. So I've got the... This is so contrived. I've got the absinthe flask. And as she swings at me, and I'm sort of... I don't dodge, I sort of... It's like she grazes across my face. But I just pound down with the absinthe flask into her face.
Yeah, get...
You're not bad.
I know, but...
It's getting that way.
I love it.
Give me a damage roll then.
On a 0-8, I figured may as well go for it.
Now, unfortunately, because you're fighting back, you don't get extreme damage. You just get the regular damage plus your damage bonus.
Oh,
Yes.
just the regular
D3
damage.
plus D4.
Right.
That is the full 9. Oh no, sorry, that's the full 6. Because it's a D3.
So Daphne loses
D3 plus. So I've rolled 6 points of damage. It's not full. It could have been.
So Daphne takes 6 hit points of damage off her 11. So that's
a major wound, right?
So you want to tick the major wound box.
I am sorry.
Are you joking? I'm insane and I'm majorly wounded. This is what happens when you don't ever play this game and then suddenly they just throw you in at the deep
You
end.
played beautifully.
I'm just giving you the drama that we all need. Wow. What does that mean, Dom? Okay, I'm just made... Okay.
Yeah, so you've fallen down. You've been completely floored by this blow. So yeah, give me a constitution roll to see if you stay conscious.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm extremely conscious. So I rolled an 8
Wow.
in my
an 8 for an 8.
An 8.
Oh my goodness. So awake. That's a nightmare. That may be the difference between life and death.
He's definitely fractured like your cheekbone or something. You can feel.
Not a gentleman.
Not a gentleman. Not a gentleman.
So is like my eye socket like dropped?
Yeah, your eye socket has caved in. And
I'm going to have to roll sanity.
Yes,
I think I'm going to have to roll sanity.
I think what you've done is awful.
I see what I've done.
You have actually disfigured me. You have.
Oh, that's a cracking fail. Yeah, that's a 71.
So now every time I talk, it's like this. Because I just almost the side of my face.
You'll soon be indistinguishable from the fish people. Covered in gore and the collapsed face. That's a 4 sanity points.
Oh my goodness. Right, so I'm already on... Oh my god, so I'm 1 away from the 5th. I've lost 11 sanity.
Jesus.
Jeez, this is insanely intense. Okay, great, over to you. But I think it's Carmelo, right?
Yeah, probably.
So, I'm still pointing my revolver at the door, waiting for something to burst through the door. But has anything burst through the door?
Yes, it does. And can you give me a sanity roll as soon as you see it?
Yes. Yeah, that's a success.
You lose 1 sanity point.
Okay.
But yes, you can fire if you want to.
I think I would like to fire off 3 shots because I'm good with the revolver. So even with so it's the second, the second and the third get a bonus die, right? Get a penalty.
They all get penalty die.
Oh, they all get a penalty die. I'll do it anyway.
It's still worth it, man.
So I'm going to pull off 3 shots. I love that move. You love it as well, don't you, Joseph? My first one, I miss, unfortunately. Come on. I miss, unfortunately. And my third one, I miss. I've missed all 3 shots of this.
Wheeler!
Chance.
Hang on. Can I push? Can I
You can spend luck on them, yeah.
Okay, one of them was only 6 off, so I'm spending 6 points.
Very wise.
So can I roll damage?
Make one count.
9 points of damage off my
9.
shot.
Sweet.
9 points of damage.
That'll soften it up.
You shoot it straight through the eye, its brains splatter out the back, up the door, and it just falls down like a sack of shit. It's dead.
Wet, fishy shit.
Wet, fishy shit.
Thank God.
Right. What's Daphne doing? You're on the floor.
Yeah, insane and majorly wounded, facial wound that, I don't know, has made her blind in
One eye.
One eye, in just one. And she's, how long are you temporarily insane
You're
for?
temporarily
She's still
insane for another few rounds.
Another 4 rounds at least, I think. Maybe even 5.
Right, so I think she's quite tired and a bit, obviously she's in pain now. And rather than outwardly insane, she's now quietly inwardly insane. And I feel like she's just on the floor, covered in this sticky, sort of fishy goo. And all of this gibberish is coming out about the stuff that her and George used to do, all of the bad stuff they used to, like how they used to fleece people out of money, and she sort of like all of her past grievances are because they were smugglers, so I feel like she's just like all of this shit's coming out now. It's like she's like a switch is flicked in her brain, and she's just sort of like
Confessing.
Yeah, almost like foaming, like all this shit that's coming out, and just you can't. It's almost like so she's speaking in tongues. It's that kind of like I was talking about it was this time when I just
Oh dear. So you're just lying in a pool of
if
blood,
you can imagine it,
babbling confessions.
blood and fishy slime, and all of her like
mouth.
and the one time we stole the money from the priest and the children couldn't eat and they all starved and all that kind of like, insane.
I should just roll sanity then, basically. Right?
No. Well, while that's happening, what does Cal Castaigne do?
I think I've staggered back from the horror of what I've done, and I almost dropped the absinthe, but right at the last second, as it's the last second, it's slipping out of my fingers. I grab hold of it and then I just start downing it. So it's half gone by the time I've done with that swig, and I'm listening to this tirade, and I say, "She's mad. She's mad. She tried to kill me." And I'm hearing these gunshots going off, and I look, and I'm horrified, and I start to run, which is sort of a kind of involuntary action, I think, of the heavy sand loss of what I've done to her.
Which way are you running?
In fact, actually, maybe if I've probably drained. You tell me how much of the absinthe I've drained at some stage.
Give me a luck roll.
Luck roll. Yeah, that's a really good luck roll. 16 on my luck roll. So
you've still got some absinthe left.
But obviously, I feel the kick of the old green elixir, and the goblin grabs me, and I start to run. So kitchen is on the east side.
Yes.
Do I have that right?
That's right.
So I think I instinctively start to run away.
Out the back.
Out and right, away from the way I've been. I don't want to go back to the pier.
Yeah.
I want to go out and right.
So you go running wild through the trees.
If there's no path, is there any path?
There is a path. Yeah.
I'll try and trace the path round the southern side of the lighthouse.
All through the trees, you can hear rustling, moving. The rain's lashing down, so you can only just about hear it. You suddenly get this horrible feeling you're being pursued
Oh no.
by unseen forces. Which takes us back to Agent Carmelo.
So the door's been swung open, and I can see this old lady on the floor there battling these confessions.
Suddenly this old lady.
I heft her over my shoulder,
Oh, you knight.
and I run out the door, and I head south towards the other jetty with the boats.
What I will say is, as you walk into this, into the kitchen, you get a good look at the horrific mess that is the dead fish thing, and Daphne's face. And you realise that something awful's happened in here. And so I think that is a sanity roll.
Oh, come on. I passed. Oh, no, I haven't passed. Can I spend luck on a sanity roll?
No.
Oh, I failed by 1 point.
Oh, shit.
Likewise, man. Likewise. That's happened to me.
That's 3 points of sanity.
Yeah.
As the implications sink in of what happened in this room while you were in the corridor, and where
In a single, what is it in a single day?
a fifth.
It's a fifth, isn't it? Okay, fine. I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm still fine.
Then you get out through the door into the pounding rain, and the mud and everything else, and you start running towards the south. Do you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I saw the other jetty.
All right. So it's really muddy and slippy. So Cal, I'm going to need a dex roll. Agent Carmelo, I'm going to need a dex roll with a penalty die for carrying Daphne.
Babbling daff.
Babbling daft.
I have remarkably passed mine, 34 to 45.
I have...
Oh dear.
My pants... No, hang on. Wait, is that a 6 or a 9? It's just a fail. It's just a fail. I failed my dex.
Okay. So you can see... You think you can see Cal Castaigne ahead of you. You become aware that there's movement in the trees. So you try and pick up the pace. But Daphne's sort of writhing slightly in her madness. And you feel your feet go from under you and you slip.
Wait. I don't, because I'm going to push...
Okay.
Yeah, down straight you are.
I slip. And and as I slip...
Bobsleigh.
Tree. I see what I think is a tree.
Oh no.
And I reach out for it. So I've got her over one shoulder, and I've got my revolver in the other. And I see a tree, and I chuck my revolver and grab for the tree.
Right.
Do you squeeze quite tightly to the revolver as you throw it?
And I pass my dex roll.
So the gun fires as it leaves your hand.
You manage to keep your footing and sort of push yourself on.
But I've dropped my gun.
You've dropped your gun. Fair enough.
Sacrifice.
Cal, you're sort of skidding down the footpath towards the southern pier. You can see there are 2 boats, and there's a figure stood with his back to you. He's wearing a big yellow sou'wester and
The missing sou'wester.
and a big raincoat. And as you come running, you hear him say, "Wow, what took you so long anyway?" And he turns round, and you see his face, and it's this horrible mix of fish and man that is wholly unnatural. He's holding a sort of oil lantern, and his face is illuminated. Every sort of horrible feature picked out in chiaroscuro. Can you give me a sanity roll?
That's the last thing I need to see. Okay, guys. This.
What I will say is, seeing the fish things, you lose 1 if you succeed. But with this guy, you potentially lose more if you fail, but you don't lose any if you succeed. So you can still get through this without madness.
Let's see if we can do this.
Because if you succeed, you think, oh, he's just a sort of a human
He's
with...
just a very ugly man.
Extremely ugly man. We've all been there. Right, so...
It's Massachusetts, I suppose.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Go to Massachusetts.
Welcome Well,
Where the fish grow.
so does it have to be over a fifth, or does it have to be equal to a fifth?
I think it's equal
Sanity
to.
lost.
It's when you've lost that number.
Dom, tell me how many.
But either way, you've lost 2 points of sanity.
Which pushes me to 13, which is 1 over. So a temporary bout of madness.
Fantastic.
Welcome to the tribe.
Oh, that's over a
Hello.
fifth, so you're indefinitely insane.
Indefinitely. I beg your pardon. Indefinitely.
Yeah,
Not
bad news for you.
bad news for me.
Old China.
Yeah. Yours was temporary. Mine is indefinite. I mean, that was horrific. The 5 and the 4 were massive, and the 2. I can't remember what the 2 was for, but that fucked me. All the blood, I think.
Seeing this man standing ready at his boat, you suddenly are overwhelmed with a terrible thalassophobia. The churning black waters beyond, this thing's clearly from it, and the idea of getting into a boat and going on the sea is now utterly abhorrent to you.
Yeah.
You have a terrible fear of the sea and sea travel.
Of course you do.
I actually have thalassophobia, so this is all very triggering.
So does Danann.
Yeah, ironically, given how much he loves a good shanty, doesn't he?
With the storm going, all you can see is this black churning abyss beyond him. And realization creeps over his face as he realizes you're not the right guy. In fact, I mean, it'd be safer if no one could get on the sea.
Yes. I agree.
Those boats are wooden, aren't they?
He has a lantern, right? There's been trouble up at the lighthouse. They asked me to join you here, I say.
He says,
Who are you? Are we in proximity as well by this point?
I think so.
We have to burn the boats. We have to burn them. Give me the lantern. And I beg him. Mad.
Steady on there, Castaigne. And I would like
I
to...
whirl round. We gotta burn the boats. Don't go out there.
Easy, Castaigne. And I'd like to walk up slowly towards this guy with both arms on the bag over my shoulder. And I would like to see if I can stealthily withdraw the other revolver from her pocket, assuming it's in her pocket somewhere.
Yeah.
With that, but I'd like to do that stealthily enough that I can walk right up, that I'm like point blank range with this figure.
Okay.
And would that be a stealth roll?
Yeah.
Or a...
Yeah, stealth, sure.
Can I make a combined, as he makes the stealth roll, can I make a combined dash for the lantern to try and grab it?
Yes, well, he has the drop on you dex-wise.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But yes.
Well, I'm definitely going to push that because I don't have enough luck to spend it. So, I'm going to say, as I walk, I'm going to push it by saying, "Say, who's that out in the boat over there?" And I passed it. Passed my stealth roll.
He does momentarily look over there.
And in that moment when he looks around,
You pull the gun.
I've got the gun in my hand and I pull it out and I'm holding it point blank.
Fantastic. Cal, you want to use this as an opportunity to try and grab
Well,
the lantern?
I think I also look at the boat thinking, is there someone in the boat? And I look at the boat and I take a step over there and then I can't see anything and I look back around and I see the guy looking still, and then I'll try and dive for the lantern.
Okay. Yeah, give me a...
Dexterity or a brawl?
I guess it would be either... Yeah, probably a hard dex.
That is a 0-3, my best roll of the night.
Fantastic. You snatch the lantern off him, and in his confusion, in his distraction...
Yeah, I start running for one of the boats, but obviously that's after Carmelo's reacted. So I don't start running for boats. I've got it, and my intention is to run.
So the guy, he turns back, sees the gun, but you're close enough that he can try and melee you. And that's what he's going to try and do. He's going to try and knock the gun out, punch the gun, attack you, and get the gun out of your hand.
And he gets to go before me, does he?
Well, it's the end of the round, so it's his action.
Can I react?
Yeah, you can shoot him if you want.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, give me a firearms roll.
I'm going to do do I do a 3? Do I do 3? I've got 3 more shots. Yeah. Can I do 3 in a response? In a react?
Yeah, I think so. It would be penalty dice.
Even though I'm point blank?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that's no penalty die.
No penalty die.
Yes! I rolled a 0-1.
Oh,
I rolled a fail.
he's dead.
And I rolled another fail, but one of them is a 0-1, so that's max damage plus 15 points of damage.
Oh,
He's dead. You shoot his brains out. He tries to go for the gun, but you're too quick, and you shoot him straight through the middle of the head, and he goes down. His sou'wester sort of comes off from the force, and he collapses into the mud. You become aware of noise behind you, and there on the brow of the hill are 3 or 4 of those fish things in silhouette coming down out of the trees. Carlton has just reached one of the boats. What's he doing?
I smashed the lantern onto the boat.
All right, give me a luck roll, I guess.
That's a 94.
The rain is just too heavy, and it does nothing. Does nothing.
Damn it.
What are you doing, Carmelo?
I think I'm running for the other boat anyway, because I can see what he's trying to do.
I can't.
So I run for
Don't go out there. Don't go out there.
I throw Daphne bag into it and I jump in.
Are you crazy?
I start untying it and I say, are you coming or not, Castine?
I'm not going out onto the sea. It'll kill you. It'll come up and kill you. Can't you see that? That's what I've been realizing this whole time I've been painting it. It's just going to destroy you.
I untie the boat and I kick off.
If you stare into the abyss stares back at you.
I grab the oars and I start rowing.
And as he says that, you see him sort of disappear on the pier, and then just as he sort of gets just out of sight, you see these things fall on top of him from behind, and he just gets pulled down, and you hear his screams echo across the water. And slowly, you drift away into the darkness.
Castine! Castine!
This was an Apocalypse Players production. For more information about the podcast, go to apocalypseplayers.com. Thanks for listening.